Yo, what's up? It's the People's Rapper John Connor, and you checking in with my man Conrad and everything pro wrestling. Y'all know what it is. Blue City Club, you know.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the man in black. He stole my spinach wrap.
It was good.
Sick man. We should have stole more Sprite remix when we had the chance from you. The one, the only, the chicken wing, spinach wrap thief, pilferager, the man they call Derek.
Yeah.
We're going to review AEW Dynamite. We're going to be talking about the AEW news. We're going to get Derek's thoughts on the number one merch seller in AEW and WWE, Mr. CM Punk. We'll get into some of that. We're going to be talking about QT Marshall and his recent message about his exit. And get into all that and that goodness. And we're going to talk about the Continental Classic. So make sure you guys are strapped in with us and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get it in. Tell everybody who's in there. And don't forget, super chats are open. Let's go.
Everything pro wrestling can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Oh boy. We got another one here. Derek, how you feeling today?
I am styling and profiling, cooling.
Cooling. Nothing wrong with that. Big shout out to everybody who is in the live chat. I was reading your comments before. I'm not gonna lie, this show had me working up a thirst. Got my water right here. Had to get my floss on too before the show. You know, can't be coming in here. Yo, R.I.P. to Big Pokey. Flossing. Catch me on the intersection grousing. If you don't know where that's from, Paul Wall, baby. Sitting sideways. The people's champ. I had to get some water, had to use the restroom before the show, so pardon us for the extra few minutes. Also, AEW went over tonight, so all good. Not mad at it. Big shout out, first one in here, my man, B-Boy Skyline. Luke Perry is better than Jack Perry, and wow, wowzers, B-Boy. Can't say that, bro. I can't say that. Demonetized, I think, if I say that. Terrell says, I'm glad Swerve was in that main event, it looks like. On the side note, my head is spinning, but I'll do my best to stay on. I had a rough day. I'm sorry you had a rough day, brother.
T-Dizzle.
Oh, sorry about those students, man.
I'm not. That's what they get.
Here you go.
I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah, you can't mess with people either.
That's what y'all get.
Well, the FCC is gonna have a good time with AEW this week. Yeah, someone had one job, bro. One job. F-bomb was missed on the censor button during the Adam Copeland Christian Cage segment.
Well, they got the second part of it.
They said it.
No,
You can't say the F word then be like, oh.
Well,
they muted nothing.
No, they muted Christian's part.
He didn't say anything.
He did.
What did he say?
He said MFer.
Oh.
So they got that.
Jason.
50-50.
Jason, what's going on? Much love. Everyone showing love to Terrell. Deanna in the house as well. Mr. Good Evening. Matt Lopez, what's going on? Big shout out to you, Matt. Cray said I missed the show till the last match. Seemed like an ass show, but I could be wrong. Well, we'll talk about it. I'll let you come up to your own conclusions. Jason says hello to us. What's good? Deanna said parts were good. Yeah. John L. What up, John L? Welcome. He says hi. Hello. Ace says, what up, my brothers in chat? What's good, Ace? Appreciate you modding it up in the chat for us. Anyone who's a mod, thank you so much. AEW have to start sharpening up, or we will be saying rip to AEW. More on that later. We're gonna save a lot of that new stuff for the end. So many dope superstars in AEW that I'm digging right now. I want to see more wrestling from Anna Jay though.
Yeah, she doesn't wrestle much.
I don't get enough time. Side note, Anna Jay is fine. Eric Douglas, Christian had me for a second. He was genuine. Eric. The patriarch would never do that to somebody. He was just trying to show him his title.
That's all.
Terrell says, I refuse to say rip to AEW. I refuse. I can hear Cray out there in the Norman Osborn voice saying, finish it. Finish it. I think it's a little too early for, I don't want to doom and gloom them just yet, but we'll talk about it. We'll get into it because I'm going to repeat what Derek said because me and Derek were the two watching Survivor Series live together. Jason says AEW isn't going anywhere. We'll talk about it. I promise you. But Christian didn't remember Dino's name. Dino Spumoni. It's okay. They changed his name to Kill Switch. He had a little botcheroo.
Yeah.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us. Here's our lineup for tonight when it comes to Dynamite. Short, sweet, to the point. Minneapolis, they seem like a fine crowd.
Yeah, not bad. They broke the Richter scale a couple times, depending on how you look at it, but it was okay.
Yeah, they were in the Target Center. Yeah, we didn't get any Quake by the Lake like last time, but they did what they had to do. Let me bust out these notes, man. We're not going to be here all night talking about this. Continental Classic match was the first thing that we had on here. Oh, by the way, Bryan Danielson joined commentary for all of these. We're going to be talking about him later on too, on the outside note of this. I think some of you will be surprised what I have to say about him. But let's get into Jon Moxley, Jay Lethal first match. I thought this was a fine match for this one. It's weird going into it though. Like you feel for the homie Jay Lethal a little bit.
Yeah. I don't want to say it that way because I don't think it's happening that way, but it's like his run is on a downward spiral.
I mean, I think it was an ROH too towards the end. Not downward spiral, but he had a long world title reign, and then it's like, well, what do you do after that?
Well, that's true, yeah.
I don't know. So Lethal's in here, and Lethal's still a tremendous wrestler. I think he would benefit from being like in a tag division or doing something, but I think him and Jarrett's just not the team people want to see.
No, I definitely think it's time for him. Like if that's going to keep him relevant, he has to be with somebody else. Hell, I would have at one point in time I would have put him with Ricky Starks.
Interesting. You could have done a lot of things, so we will see. But in this one, we got an entangled figure 4 leg lock. They rolled to the floor. Yo, it looked like Jay Lethal busted his face when they rolled down because your legs, when you go down like that, you guys have to have full cooperation.
Yes.
And if like, I know I use the word entangled, not like Jada Pinkett and all that, but they went down. Jay Lethal looked like he had busted his face a little bit. We got Danielson wearing an eye patch on commentary. This man came up like D-Beard the Pirate. Arr, 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 my orbital injury. I'm like, wear a mask, bro. What is this? Everyone who's had that injury wears a mask, right? But you. He had to come out in an eye patch. And I think it's just one of those. Remember in the beginning, they were overusing that a little bit. Like Pac had it. Who else had the eye patch? Moxley.
What's his name has the eye patch too? Who's with the Best Friends. But I think he probably needs that though, right?
Rocky Romero?
Yeah.
No, Rocky just wears that.
Oh, so there you go.
That's part of his gimmick. Part of his gimmick.
I mean, that still counts, bro. Still counts.
Hold on. Rob jumped up here with a lovely super chat of $9.99. Thank you, good sir.
Do you mind?
He said, yo, speaking of Norman Osborn, you start that Spider-Man 2 yet? Why, yes, I have, sir. Anyway, Lethal deserves better, and the Hardys deserve obscurity. Well said, sir. Well said. Solid Snake did a great job on commentary. Snake
Snake Griffin.
Inappropriate. I was waiting for that part. This was fine though for what it was. Lethal went for a springboard cutter. Moxley did like the fall down there, like, oh, Moxley must be hurt. And I was like, nope, playing possum.
Right.
Caught him double arm DDT. He hit him with a lariat inside out, pile driver combo. Lethal still kicked out at 2.
Yep.
And choked him out. Grabbed him and said, you done. I'm done with this.
I'm done playing with you, boy.
Hit him with that Fire Pro finisher and just choked him out. Loved it. Thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a fine match. It wasn't something to write home about, but it was a fine opener. It was like perfect. Like if you wanted an opener that's okay and it gets the job done, that was it.
Yeah. My only discrepancy is that that's 2 losses now for
Lethal.
And I hate to see that happen to him because Lethal is a great wrestler. I just hate to see the direction that might be happening for him as of right now, just because he might be displaced as far as what to do in the company. But I'm still rocking with him. That's still my guy.
Right. Good dub for Moxley here. Matt, I'm going to check out what you said here in 1 second. I'm putting this up on the screen to remind me. Afterwards, we get an Eddie Kingston interview after he lost to Brody King. Excuse me. I wrote the wrong name in there. R.I.P. to the man Brody Lee.
Yes, sir.
Guess what day it is, baby. So Brody King gets the win. I didn't see how he beat Kingston. That's like the one match I still need to go back and watch on Collision. I've been trying to watch it in pieces. Just busy, especially after Saturday. So
yeah.
But I thought Eddie's promo was good. He didn't yell. He was just kind of very focused, and he was like, you know what? No excuses. I got to get back on and do what I got to do.
Right.
And he's got some matches coming up too, and I'll show those at the end for what's going to happen on Collision, at least for the Continental Classic matches, the C2, as we should be calling it. C2. Tony Schiavone is backstage with. Listen, I'm gonna tell you all this right now. This goes for me and Derek, or on behalf of the podcast at least. I do not endorse Ric Flair in anything that he's done. I don't even know why he's here, truthfully, at this point. But Ric Flair is with Sting. They're backstage. Tony Schiavone's back there. They're talking about Sting, Clash of the Champions, 1988. And we find out that the home for Revolution Sunday, March 3rd, 2024, is going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina. Woo! Sting and him go through. Flair goes on this rant. Flair looked kind of shaky in this.
He did.
He's older. Was he 74, he said? 75? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think he said 74.
Too damn old. Flair's out there trying to cut that promo. Sting, the face paint hides the wrinkles. It's all good, baby. Sting's getting his last match. I keep wondering who it's going to be against. I feel like it could be Copeland and Christian Cage, possibly. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that makes sense with what's been going on. But can we get there for that much time?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
It'd be a big stretch, though.
But Sting's going to go out. He's going to do what he's got to do here.
In a blaze of glory.
Big shout out to the Stinger. Let me see what Matt Lopez has sent me here about Britt Baker.
Putting them steroids.
This is inappropriate. This is live, pal. Let's see here. Tonight promo, MJF promo time 7 minutes. Christian Cage promo time 10 minutes. Britt Baker live promo time 0 minutes. Okay. You weren't on the show though. So I haven't thought about that one. I'm just gonna leave that where it is.
Wait, is she complaining that she's
I think so, but she's been saying stuff for a minute. Like I said, this could be to throw us off track of is that the next segment? We'll get into that next segment after this. We got another match, then we'll get into something I think Derek wants to talk about. Jason says every single storyline in AEW is fantastic. Forget about the money profit for a second. Okay, we're just talking creative. Strictly focus on the talent AEW has. They have a lot of talent. The problem is, what I'm trying to think of the phrase that I used to use, bro. Hold on 1 second. Derek, I don't know if you have thoughts on this, but I'm gonna pull up a quote that I know in 1 second. But you say what you got to say.
I don't know, bro. Like it's
Or are you saving it for the Punk stuff when we get to that at the end?
I gotta save that.
Okay. Let me say this. I'll say this about AEW. This is a quote that I used to have up on my Twitter for, I think it was like for a year or two. I had this up. You can have all the drive in the world, but you will need gas. You will still need gas. And right now, I feel like AEW's got the drive. They've got the roster, but they have no gas. How do you get the gas? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
That's a tall order for the gas that I think that they're looking for. That is a very, very tall order.
It's going to be hard for them to get hot again.
Yes.
I don't see anything that's going to make them hot. But then again, a talent could just jump up off the indies, maybe at Impact, NWA, maybe it's a changer, and they can pull up and get them. Will Ospreay was no joke for them. That was a big W.
Oh, absolutely.
But what I'm saying is AEW doesn't have any momentum. Like, I don't hear people talking about it as much. I see more people not happy with the product than a couple, what was it, like 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Everybody loved AEW. It was all love.
Yeah. And they were doing exactly what everybody wanted them to do. And now maybe it seems like the mindset has been clouded, and they're trying to figure out a way, and that way just may not be coming up right now. So hopefully that'll change.
Let me see here. Jason says, do you guys think Jay Lethal isn't as quick moving with his speed in the ring? I don't know. I feel like his match with Swerve had him dragging a little bit. I think that the new style is hard for some people to keep up with, but you have to adjust the older you get. And it's weird to watch your favorite wrestler start to lose a step, man. And you notice it right away. When you're watching your favorite wrestler, you're like, yo, he's not moving as quick as he once was. But he's breaking down his body for you every night in these long matches and stuff. Think about all the stuff he did in Ring of Honor, TNA. It's going to be rough for him some nights, and that's fine with me. He can still go. I think sometimes it's just slow down a little bit. Derek, it could have been Rock and Black Machismo. I think you mean Adam Copeland. You got me saying it. Christian will end in a DQ. We'll talk about that. Mox Lethal was good. Danielson is the devil, Cray says. I'm looking forward to Will Ospreay, but I want to know more about him. How is he? Will Ospreay is amazing for in-ring talent, Jason. If you've never seen him,
yes,
the dude's amazing.
Come on, bro.
I finished Spider-Man 2 last week. Make sure you complete 100% of the game. Yeah. I got to talk to Rob about those pictures. I mean, taking them pictures, I'm like, yo, what's up with this? Let's see. Greensboro, perfect place for Sting. Andrade, Starks, Malachi, Miro, FTR, Wardlow, Cole, MJF will be in WWE by 2025. Come on, Cray. Ooh. FTR just re-signed. Come on now. They're not going anywhere for a minute.
No.
Pro Wrestler Shoot in the house. What's good? Sorry, I'm late. Took the wife out to Applebee's.
Nice.
Respect. Hope everyone's having a fantastic night. Appreciate you, family. Make sure you check out the Pro Wrestler Shoot on Tuesdays. I always put an ad in here for them, but that's on the audio version of the podcast, so make sure you check them out every Tuesday. Where was it? Greensboro. I'm having flashbacks. Ric Flair, Sting, and Tony on my TV. Anyone know where Britt has been? Just noticed it's been a couple months since she wrestled. That's what I was saying. I feel like this could be a storyline tease with her.
It has to be.
The upset. Do I buy tickets this Saturday show for $30? If you want to go to, is it in Pittsburgh? Is that where it is?
Yeah.
So could be. Evening, brothers. Take a knee. Christian's handsome Squidward Cage, aka Big Daddy Cack, in the house. What up? Love the shirt, Conrad. You know. I'm contributing to the #1 merch seller. Just saying. Danielson is the popo. Come on now. Spoilers. I ain't finished Spider-Man 2. LOL. The pictures. I haven't taken them yet. I'm trying to figure out how to take them. I'm in the beginning of the game still. Not too deep in. I'm probably I think it's at 13% right now. So, Derek Kyra, there's a high chance we'll get Metallica as Sting's World End. Hey, I'll take it. Spider-Man 2 is awesome. I beat it. Hope we get the DLC. AEW's women's division is very impressive. Shout out to Sky Blue and Red Velvet. Please don't put that ad, bro. Haha, it's outdated. I'll get you a new one. I've been telling everyone, send me some new ads, man. If you listen to EP Dub, send us some new ads if you want us to advertise for you. I got you.
Send them
on in. Let's keep it moving here. Continental Classic, Mark Briscoe versus Roosh. This was a fine and dandy match. It was a little Froggy Bowie.
Yeah.
Roosh is amazing. I feel like these are two of the underrated talents on the roster who I think they're not appreciated enough by how good they are. There were chops in this match, nipples bleeding. Like the chops were real.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I watched a comedian. He was doing like comic work, like crowd work, and he was up there going through it. He was like, "Yeah, who's ever had nipple rings?" And the lady was like, "Mine got crusty." You could just see the dude like gagged on stage. He just dropped the mic. All right, I'm out, everybody. And he came in like, oh. He was like, "It's the first time I think I've ever almost gagged on stage." Because he asked her why she got rid of him. She was like, "Yeah, my nipples kept getting crusty." I was just dying. Why did I feel the need to share that? I don't know. Everything pro wrestling, anything can happen. Anything can happen. People like AEW but hate TK and the Bucks antics. Pro wrestler, she said that's my issue currently. You ain't the only one, brother. You ain't the only one. We'll get into it. Roosh chest got tore up. Mark Briscoe he will jack somebody up.
All
meat on meat. Danielson would be in traction after this joint. Come on now. Yo, here to drop a like and tell the Wednesday night tag champs. Have a great show. Catch y'all on the audio. Appreciate you, McKinney. Make sure you leave a 5-star review if you're listening to us on audio. And like I said, if you've done it on one, come to another and leave it.
Yes, please, please, please.
Yeah, in my notes, I just wrote Chopper style for this match. You want chobody wobbody wop, chobody wobbody wop, chobody wobbody wop. Redneck Kung Fu. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill with Mark Briscoe and his antics. Favorite part is when he comes out, he starts barking like a dog, missing the teeth off. I love Mark Briscoe. They were battling. Listen, in the end, you mess with the bull, get the horns. He ends up winning with his drop kick in the corner. I love when Roosh does that. It looks great. Surprising that that's like a finisher, I think, to a lot of people today when they see like a drop kick in the lower corner. But I'm like, it's impactful.
Is it considered a finisher?
Yeah, it's his finisher. It's called Bull's Horns. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's why he comes out the mask. Boom, 2 feet.
Okay.
Drop kicks in there.
Right. That makes sense now. Okay.
So Roosh gets the win. He finally earned some points on the board for the Continental Classic. Remember, this is a round robin tournament. He earns 3 points. He's got to go through and beat everyone to have the biggest total in the end. Moving forward, we then get backstage with Derek's favorite, Timeless Tony Storm. That girl was laying on the couch talking about the gout.
I have a case of the gout.
Asked RJ to take them shoes off and rub them toesies. Luther was back there doing his thing. Mariah May helping out as well.
Luther.
Like isn't that burger with like donuts on it or something? The Luther. I like Luther in this role. He's funny. We follow up. Didn't have this on my cue cards. We have an MJF promo. MJF cuts a promo. There was a CM Punk shot in here, which I don't understand why we keep doing this. But whatever. There was a shot in there about the money, Samoa Joe didn't come here for money or whatever he said. What was the line? He didn't line his pocket.
He didn't come here just to line his pockets. I'm like, okay, that's a smooth line for you to say.
It was a little jab, but it's all right.
Oh, yeah, but you know what though? Some of the little jabs hit harder than the bigger ones.
Sometimes when you don't say anything at all, it means more than that. Yeah. But more on that in a minute. Derek, he tells Joe he's going to do his match. Great. Cool. World's End. MJF, Samoa Joe's happening in the Strong Island. Lights go out. Here comes the Devil's, what do we call them? Demons? I don't know what their names are. They're with the devil, though. All black. They're wearing masks. And they start putting a beat down on MJF. But here comes Joe. He stops the guy with the bat. He takes the bat, tries to make someone a popsicle. And, Joe swings the bat, and he's out there with the tight dad jeans on. He's like, yo, you want some? Come get some. You come get some, baby.
Nah.
He's not a role model. He's a jeans model. Let's go. My man Samoa Joe. He said he promised to save MJF. He delivered on his promise.
He definitely did. I am very, very interested in this whole dynamic right now.
Yeah.
But it has to be done correctly. And so far, so good. But let's not sit here and say that they may change the outcome. I think I know what is going to happen, but I think I'm going to let that play out.
Will we know by World's End who's under the mask?
No.
Really? You think it's going to take a little bit longer?
A little bit longer. Unfortunately.
Somebody said Lufa Vandross. Side note, Hook got some dope entrance music. Oh, yeah. If you don't know about Action Bronson, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Find out. Cactus says, so we're going to talk about Eddie Kingston sitting looking sad in the back like the guy asking for change at the gas station. You leave my boy Eddie Kingston alone. He coming back, Cac. He coming back. MJF is messed up, needs time off. He broke that cane.
Yeah.
He was talking big after that. Eddie Kingston's got dope promo skills. The man is fire. He's one of the best on the mic in AEW. AEW Retribution. Matt Lopez said, I think the Devil's more interesting than that. The storyline's more interesting than that ever was.
Yeah, I think that goes to a bigger pay-per-view.
Deanna says Britt Baker is the Devil. She hired some henchmen to take out MJF for Adam.
Nah, too small.
We'll see. You never know.
Not Britt, bro.
You never know how this is going to turn out and play out. But it was interesting. I'm looking forward to this. They asked for a tag match after too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or they said, do you accept an unknown tag match next week? So yes. MJF and Joe sound like they will. We'll be here to review it. Should be interesting to say the least.
Fingers crossed. AEW, please do this the correct way. Pretty please with sugar on top.
With a Terry on top. How my sister used to make me say if I wanted something.
With a little of a drizzle of caramel.
He said it's more interesting till Cole's reveal. Come on now, Jesse. Come on. I don't think we could get Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage this early in Adam coming to AEW. You excited, Derek? That's your boy.
Yes.
We haven't gotten to this segment yet. Y'all jumping ahead.
I am. But real quick on the Devil, I do not think it's Britt Baker. We got to pay attention to the body size. The body size will tell it all. It's definitely not Britt Baker unless they got some padding up under her jacket. But
super shredder.
Right, exactly. But I think at this point in time, I really want the Devil to at least acknowledge Max by saying, like, Maxwell.
I think that it's Adam Cole at this point. It's got to be.
It has to be. There's no other way.
Matt says if Ali turns out to be the Devil, it's AEW's version of Retribution. The Devil better be something huge and not a letdown. Deanna, I'm here to tell you, you're going to be let down no matter what. Or not you. People will be let down no matter what when it comes to this. I guarantee it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can change. The letdown is coming for somebody.
Derek is right. Bodies matter. Cole Carter, a.k.a. Fake Sting, is the Devil. Wait, I take that back. Wrong convo. My bad in my R-Truth voice. No, not Jeff Farmer either. Fake Sting. Danielson, Eddie Kingston will be an awesome match Saturday night. Yes, sir. Damn, EU nailed it. Yeah, all right, y'all. It's Sting. AR Fox versus Wardlow. Listen, AR Fox did some cool moves in this. Wardlow crushed this, man.
All right, bro. I'm over Wardlow.
All right.
I don't.
Derek, you about to make me say something so that I can try to turn you around on him.
I don't care for it.
Can I reveal something to you that I noticed in the show? Not in the notes or anything. I think Wardlow's one of the henchmen. I want you to go back and rewatch it. When they are standing in front of MJF, when they're holding him down, there's a bigger guy in front.
Right.
Check out the upper body a little bit. And then we cut to this match. He came out. Check out the upper body again. I think Wardlow's one of the henchmen. I think this is a conspiracy against MJF.
It is, but I think, oh God, I think it has to be bigger than what we think it is going to be. It has to be. Please be bigger.
War Daddy, but he needs direction. The ladies on the EPW side of things love Wardlow.
See,
we might have to put up a War Daddy shirt. Well, that's probably not allowed. Maybe we gotta see. Does somebody have War Daddy trademark? We have to look into that,
bro. I just
would Wardlow be more interesting if he's part of this? Because if I had $10 right now, I put it on the table, be like, yo, I bet that Wardlow's one of those people. If it's everybody who's under the mask, Wardlow's one of them.
It would be way more interesting if he was part of the plan. If he's not part of the plan, then I am over I come to the ring and I'm going to body you situation and go home.
He did. I mean, he had a nasty last ride power by my AR Fox. Gave that man a Melvin and a wedgie.
He did.
Ripped them hands.
He did.
Remember when Arnold did the karate and dude clothes melted off him? I just wanted to know where the bus stop was.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping he's part of the plan. I'm hoping that it's something. It's something big. Because, like I said, like especially like the whole clothesline. Like I'm over that. Like I need you to like put a beat down on somebody, but I don't want it to be a whitewash.
The problem is he keeps getting restarts, pause, restart, pause, restart. And some of it's not there. Like Rob put, I truly hate Wardlow at this point. I hope someone steals his gear again. He was doing great though when he was first doing the Powerbomb Symphony. He first left the MJF. I swear to you, ever since that match at Double or Nothing with MJF, it's like his run's been cursed. Like even when good things happen, something bad's about to happen.
Yes.
Pro Wrestling Shoe said, I honestly didn't watch AEW tonight. Raw got my ratings this week. Red X. Rob, you ain't the only one. Conspiracy. Whisper campaign. Yo, E is wild. I want to see Wardlow grow in AEW. I like the whole big bully versus the little, I can't say that, vibe he's got going on with MJF. I know Samoa Joe is the focus right now. Yeah, like I said, slow burn. MJF got opponents out the wazoo. Wardlow came out with his hair messed up as if he had, listen, I don't know what he was doing. He came out like Demolition Axe at Survivor Series. Whatever. So now Brody King is the ROH champion. Technically, no. That is not how it's working. It's once you win in the end. But Kingston explained it wrong. Like, they didn't do a good job of explaining it. Like a flashback to the Pinnacle? Could be, Deanna. Maybe. We don't know. I don't know who's in those other spots, but somebody's there. Next, we got, what is this? Brother Zay and the Tay-Tays. I don't know what these dudes are. The Hardys versus Top Flight in Action. Andretti. I'm so Andretti. This was a fun match. Dante Martin's back. We were worried about that foot. Oh God. Bro, why did they show that again? I hate seeing that. Derek yelled, "Stop moving.
Stop." Like, bro, the whole time I'm watching it because I didn't see it. So
one foot was this way, the other one was this way.
And he just kept rolling. Stop rolling. It's going backwards. Stop rolling.
But he looked like he could still do all the flips and stuff. Yeah. Isn't it crazy, man? Like when Brian Pillman got injured, I want people to know this. And I know this has shout out to Lexus King. We're cheering for you, brother.
Yes.
Brian Pillman, though, when he got into his car accident, that was like a career-ending injury for him. He was cooked. Look at him now, though. Like, look at how medicine's developed, bro. Like, that's crazy. Now these dudes are like, yeah, I got it. I'm good.
Man, Phoenix Suns got the best medical staff out there.
Yo, this dude. Yeah, and I just heard Rob laugh. That made me laugh, too. I didn't remember how bad that foot was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was bad. I never really followed Joe in WWE, but based on what I've seen from him in AEW, I can imagine the skills he possesses in the ring. He looks like absolute power. No, Joe's the man, Jason. Check out Joe in Ring of Honor and TNA. Oh yeah. My goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Derek's a big fan of his TNA stuff.
Absolutely not.
He was great in TNA. Well, the first half when he first got in.
Nobody's great in TNA.
Nah, bro. Derek, I promise you, I will show you what you may say is the best triple threat match ever from TNA. Unbreakable 2005. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. Bro, AJ did a flip over the top rope without touching anything. I don't know how he did it. Remember the one where MJF kind of like botched it a little bit? Where he tried to AJ did that clean. He didn't miss it. Yo, that's one of the best triple threats, bro, in history. Like top 10 for sure. For sure. Like you'll automatically say it is. Action Flight. I like that, Ace. Sid Vicious broke. Oh, please stop.
Oh, God.
No more.
Yeah, I remember that one too. Oh.
Deanna said TNA Joe's a beast. Yeah, he was undefeated for a long time. Him and Kurt when he was undefeated. That was good stuff. Joe didn't do much at WWE. He had some all right moments with like Brock and stuff, but they didn't give him enough. ROH and TNA is where he shines. See, he knows. E saying perk angle. Yeah. Oh, you gotta watch those whole promos. Kurt was wilding, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that match though. Let's get back to Top Flight and the Hardys and such. I went into this saying like I felt like Top Flight and Action Andretti should win, but the Hardys are more established here. Yo, the Hardys are on the decline. It feels like here they took a L here. Brother Zay got caught bad. He got stacked up here for the dub. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I feel like the Hardys and Brother Zay may have to turn heel. We need to get Private Party back together as first.
Oh yeah,
the Brother Zay stuff. I'm over this.
Where is
Mark Quinn? I don't know. Mark Quinn is injured, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah.
Still?
You definitely just said someone's name we know too, for the record. When you said that, yes. But yeah, the Mark Quinn's out. I think he got hurt. He never really said. Like he went out twice now like this, and I'm like, where is he? And then he just pops back up. Like, I'm here.
Yeah, I feel like it was like super random when that happened, and it's just like, all right.
Yeah, and I agree with what Pro Wrestler Shoot just wrote here. I personally think Joe's one of the best on the AEW roster right now. He's one of the only ones who continues to have passion in his promos. You can't teach that. He's got this intensity that you can't stop.
Yeah, no, you got to take that and run with it every single time because that will eventually get you to the top. Most people won't think that, but it most likely will.
Jason's asking about is ROH doing a decent amount of popularity? It's the same as AEW fans. I kind of think it's like they're one in the same. So Tony's putting on ROH shows beforehand. ROH has kind of become dark. So if you watched AEW Dark before, that's what ROH has kind of become. You'll see like Tony Nese and people on there though. And I heard if you like women's wrestling, you get a lot of that on there with Athena and everybody else. They even had Ronda Rousey show up randomly one week. ROH and TNA Samoa Joe 03 to 08 was some great stuff. Kurt was zooted allegedly. Hardy Boys looking like Boss Man and Mr. Perfect tagging in 03. Chill.
Oh man, come on.
Samoa Joe was the belt collector in TNA. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Athena is the franchise of Ring of Honor.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Let's see here. We get an interview before they can begin. So they're trying to interview Top Flight Action Andretti. Pentagon shows up. He says 1, 2, 3, and then he goes 1, and then here comes Commander. He's 2, and 3 is Vikingo. So that looks like a Rampage match waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
Probably the main event of Rampage or the opener.
It deserves no less. So I would say it should be the main event.
It should
be the main event.
We'll see if it gets there. TBS Championship, Julia Hart versus Emi Sakura. We knew how this was going to go, right?
Yes, sir.
Emi had a great shoulder breaker in here. I thought it was wonderful. During the match, they mentioned like you can't win via submission. I hate these house rules things right now. Yeah. Like they're stupid at this point because you did it already with House of Black. You're trying to add these little rules, but I'm like, that was the best thing you could come up with. Is that how about you say she can't hit her finisher or something? Like, I don't know. Like, if you can make up any rule, that's the best you got. No submissions. Okay. She ends up winning with a moonsault. It wasn't hit perfectly. She kind of had to hold Emi down.
Like you can see Emi trying to
They tried to cover it up, but
I also think she tried to protect her a little bit.
Yeah, keep her safe.
Yeah.
But they had a little miscommunication. What it wasn't my favorite match, but they tried.
That's all you can ask for. Nothing more, nothing less. Give us what you got, and then let us conduct our thoughts on it.
Right? Let me see here. You know what? I'll tell you this, Jason. For the ROH shows, I saw what Jesse put. That ROH ain't it for me right now. Their pay-per-views always deliver. The issue is that there's little build to the pay-per-views, and then it just turns into a bunch of matches.
This is true.
Or there is some build to it, but then you gotta wait for it, and it's just weird. Yeah. I will start trying to follow ROH a little, man. AEW ROH is taking me back to my early 2000 days of pro wrestling with the heart. Okay, as long as they're on YouTube, you might be able to find some of that stuff. Yeah, they got old matches up there on the old YouTube channel.
Okay.
All right, Mariah May's backstage, and she starts talking about she wants to wrestle. She's from Stardom, and she can make an impact around here.
She probably can.
She talks to RJ, and RJ says, all right, you're going to go for it. And she goes into Tony's office. Door doesn't shut. Well, it does, but, she tries to close it. You just hear like the don't.
Yeah.
And she goes into Tony's office.
No go.
We'll see if she gets a match later on, not too long after this. Then we had your boy Christian Cage's promo, the Patriarch. He says, Edge, I'm sorry about everything that's went down. Your mom loved us. Let's do this for what was it? Judy Ski, or I don't know what he called the Judester.
Judester, I think.
I don't remember. Christian being a fool.
Per usual.
As usual. Christian comes out and he's saying that. And this leads to them trying to put on like some sappy story. He's like, let's team up. And he's like, come on, what's your answer? And Adam Copeland is able to hit him with a low blow before he can get smashed with the belt.
Bang.
He says, go F yourself. Censors completely miss it. What the hell? What you had one thing to do.
That's it. One thing. All you had to do is hit that button real quick. Like, be prepared. This is where the line is coming. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Got it. You missed it.
So the F yourself line came out, then they censored everything afterwards.
Yes.
On this day. So next week we'll be covering the TNT Championship match between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Derek, do you do a title change next week? Do you give Adam Copeland the belt?
No. The stage is not high enough.
Wow, they're in Canada, Montreal, Quebec.
Stage is not high enough. Sorry, Canada. I love you, but
wow, the Expos are gonna have a real beef with you.
Well, they no longer
exist. I knew you would say this. They're trying to come back. That's the team people always want back. Bring back the Expos.
Nah, you're only. I think. Correct me and I might be wrong, but I think the only Expo that was memorable on that team, I'd say Vladdy Guerrero. I believe. I could be wrong. I have to do a little bit of research on that, but
trust but verify.
Yes. But I do think this is going to be a great match. I just don't think it's going to come down to them losing or Christian losing the title. I just don't think it's that time. It has to be a bigger stage. It has to have more meaning to it. And I think the meaning right now is really just being built up. The meaning of the title, meaning of this feud, all of that.
Cactus said, let's do this for the Mick Foley. Wrestling fans under the age of 21 probably wouldn't really understand me, but I feel like AEW, ROH, and possibly TNA gives me that old thing back, if that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hopefully those that you talk to somewhere down the line can see what we see, and
yeah, it's the beauty of pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's
the censors suck tonight, but I loved it. Jason, I think that's why old school fans love these companies. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, man. Wrestling's always going to be wrestling, man. That's the one thing I'll say. Wrestling's going to wrestle.
That's it.
It's going to tussle. And let's get to the main event. If you guys have scores for this, please feel free to put them in. I don't have a lot of notes on this because this is when I start doing my sending out advertisements. And Prince Nana dancing with the crutch. Highlight of the night. Yeah, I swerve when I drop. Yeah, I swerve when I drop. Nana's the man. Nana's the man. These are two of the hottest pro wrestlers right now in AEW. I didn't know who was going to take this one, Derek. We got close. I called the draw, and we got close to it, but it didn't happen. And I said, but if I got to take someone, Swerve's my pick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Swerve had to win this match. Although I feel like Jay White should have been able to win this match. Well, let's just say they both needed it, but I think Swerve needed it more.
Yeah. At any time like Jay White went to cheat, Swerve was able to counteract it.
Yes.
He goes for the Blade Runner and turns it into a roll up and gets the 3 count.
Mm-hmm.
He got some sick F chance for when he did a nasty arm move with his snapping the arm with his legs.
I respect
that. Looked great. Jay White sold it like $1 million. It was
100.
fun. Thank you. It was the Jude Meister.
Jude Meister. There we go.
Yes. Why do you remember that, Rob? I agree. I don't think the title change will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if a rematch happens and it's a ladder match. Ooh, we talk about with Adam Copeland and Christian.
Okay.
I'm an old head and loved NWA and Smoky Mountain. Well, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah, wrestling is gonna wrestle, but it ain't nothing like wrestling.
Right.
Old school ECW. Yeah, I used to love ECW. Rob Van Dam was my boy back in the day.
That who else?
Yep. Sabu. Taz was my boy too. Yo,
who else?
Crazy. The Dudleys. The Dudleys used to start riots, bro. Me and Rob talk about that one every time. Live from the Burt Flickinger Center here in Buffalo, New York. Me and Derek went to college there, so that's why we always laugh, because we went to college where they used to do those shows.
Yes, exactly.
When I was a kid, I don't even think my mom knew wrestling was happening there. I wish. Swerve saw it coming. Has anybody seen or heard from Adam Page since his match with Swerve?
No, not at all. Last time he stormed off from an argument with Roddy and the boys.
Page?
No.
Hangman Page we're talking about, not Cole.
I was thinking of Cole. Hangman Page, I keep him off my screen.
Bro, that was a good match, and he ain't been seen since. You ain't got nothing to do but ride on them good times.
That's it.
This is hater work, Derek.
That's it.
This is nasty work, bro.
That's it, bro. Listen, Hangman, I gave him his flowers during that match, okay? That's more than enough that I'm willing to give.
This is hater work, bro.
More than enough.
Eazy-E said 7 out of 10 for tonight.
I agree.
I look at Jay White and I see Drew McIntyre with deflated. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Woo.
Harsh. BJ in the house. He said, yo, what's good?
What up, Beach?
And J-Boy Smith here with Chucky says, and still champion CM Punk. Derek don't like Hangman. What is this I see? Nah, Derek hasn't liked Hangman in a while.
No.
More on that momentarily. Deanna's giving it a thumbs up. What do you think for tonight's show?
I give it a thumbs up. I'm
giving this 6.5.
I agree with Ace. I'll give it 7 just because Swerve and Jay White.
I'll bump it up. I'll go 6.7. Close.
I'm only reason why I'm giving it a 7 because Jay White and Swerve and the Devil. So I'll give it for that.
We got a 7 out of 10, a thumbs up. Hangman's gonna blame Punk, he says. Justice for Jay. I'm going to rewatch and leave my thoughts in the comments. Sorry for missing tonight's show. Y'all been a weird Wednesday. All good, Beach.
All good.
BJ, definitely leave the comments. You know I like hearing those. E putting up the X's. We're about to get into some more of that in a moment here. Getting into it. Collision, though, this week. We got some matchups for you guys. Erie, PA. It's going down Saturday, December 2nd. You're going to get Daniel Garcia versus Andrade El Idolo. That's going to be a fun matchup. Got to root for the Buffalo guy here a little bit for me for Garcia, but it ain't looking good for him if I had to make a prediction.
No, I think Andrade needs this one.
He's going to get the 3. Well, I think he won his first match too, didn't he?
I think he did, but I still think he needs this win. Andrade's been gone for a very, very long time. And
not gone, but you mean
out of the picture for a short Well, I won't. Yeah, I won't say a very long time. I'll say for a short.
He's still doing the storyline with CJ Perry as well. He may have to watch out for Miro. Could get wild. Also, we're getting Claudio versus Brody King. Brody King with the surprise win over Kingston. I think a lot of people that had Kingston pegged to win that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely, Brody, if you see this, I'm definitely gonna need a devil's necktie.
I can see this one ending in a double count out or something. These boys are going wild.
Yeah. Pure display of strength.
Yeah. I can see a draw happening here. And I'm assuming this will be the main event. Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. That's gonna be a money match right there.
It really is. It's gonna be.
I would not be mad in this situation if you gave the win to Kingston for the upset.
No, the storyline is going to be thicker than blood in this match. I feel like the storyline that'll be told in this match is gonna be phenomenal to me.
Yeah, they'll be fine in this. I think. I'm interested to see what happens with it. Let me see here. Since Jay White was brought up in the chat, I can ask this question. Can he wrestle? The way his matches are played out, he's getting thrown around for the first 5 minutes of the match. So Jay White is a traditional heel when he wrestles. His job is to make you hate him. He will go all the way to the fullest point to make you hate him. And Jay White understands that. He understands the work he needs to do. Jay White is a tremendous wrestler. If you've never seen his New Japan stuff, he is great. Now, does he understand how things are done in America?
Maybe not.
I think he does. I think he's still learning some little fine-tuned things. But yeah. Jay White's a tremendous wrestler. He's going to do fine in AEW.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah. He will.
He'll be good. AEW is 7 out of 10. EPW 10 out of 10. Fun seeing Solid Snake on my TV tonight. Miro is dope. Kingston and Bryan will be awesome. A set of busted orbital bones. Come on now. Only one person who's injury prone around here. Let's get into some of the talk. Let's talk the biggest story of the week. I didn't know what to say or do when I saw it finally, man. Derek, QT Marshall ends up putting in the resignation letter to AEW. Thank you, AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan. I've had the privilege of being here since day one, and I've written over 750 formats, keeping count there, huh, buddy? For All Elite Wrestling, and always with pride. As much as I've enjoyed being a VP manager of talent relations and wearing a myriad of hats, the company has changed a lot since 2019 and is heading in a different direction. And I feel that it is best that I do the same, as we only get one chance to go all in. Pun intended. I have officially resigned from AEW and will have fulfilled all obligations by the end of 2023. Thank you to everyone from the front office to the production truck to some of the hardest working talent in this sport. Most importantly, thank you to those who booed, cheered, and took part in this season of my life. QTV. Derek, what do you think of the resigning, I guess, of QT Marshall? Chat, if you guys got thoughts. I mean, story of the week, like I said. Story of the week.
Good riddance.
Really?
Yes.
I feel so
QT started a lot of. All right, what's our time stamp?
You want good boy behavior for the rest of this time. What did QT start?
He started a whole lot of malarkey with CM Punk over.
Well, he didn't start any malarkey with him. He has nothing to do with that. But we'll get into the blame game in a second with that.
I see.
You talk about the other thing I said? Okay, we'll get into that in 1 second. So I feel bad for him to this extent. He was a Cody guy. What happened to where you're not feeling this anymore? How did we get to this?
Yeah, like what changed your mind? What piqued the thought to say, like, hey,
this isn't working?
Yeah, this isn't working. Like I was in this all the way through, but now it's changed.
Let me preface this with rumor. Rumor is Tony Khan is going in more of a New Japan Pro Wrestling direction, like focus on the wrestling matches, and QT believes it should be more storyline driven.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
Didn't I say no swearing? I just said it. This is the problems I have with Derek.
I tried.
Do not mention Philadelphia hip hop music. You can't say certain things around them. No, we're good on the afterburn, but
all right.
Don't cause me no edits though. and no F-bombs.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
all right, let's get. Do you want to get into the nitty gritty stuff, like the Punk piece of it? Because this really doesn't have anything that's not from QT's point of view either. It sounds like.
Okay. Well, no. Real quick, I just want to say, okay, I think I may lean towards QT on this one with the storyline because I always love a good storyline. So I think I'm, as far as that is concerned, I am on his side for that.
Now, the other thing associated with this comes from CM Punk. We're going to get into that in a second. There's a lot to get into, and that's what we're going to talk about for the rest of the show. So if you don't want to hear it,
goodbye.
That's your time to deuce out.
Deuce a million.
But rumor has it, QT Marshall was upset that some of the stuff he wanted to be more involved in ring. Listen, QT Marshall's best match was that bunkhouse brawl with Dustin Rhodes, and he wrestled Butcher and the Blade. Best match they ever put on with QT. Blade. They need more TV time.
They do.
But hire me, man. Hire me.
Yo, we got you. We got you.
Yo, I will write a good story for Butcher and Blade.
Oh my God.
So simple. But they went in. QT had that match. He wrestled with Dustin. He had the roles. He did his part. He was fine. But QT's not a main guy. Like, no. I didn't see that either. QT is a player's coach. He is Al Snow. He is a like the tough enough coach, stuff like that. I think that's what the role is for QT.
Yes.
So looking at that, moving on from that, there was an issue supposedly with the QTV stuff with Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs, when Collision was CM Punk show, he went over there and Punk said he didn't really want him doing that anymore. CM Punk is right. Yo, the QTV stuff is garbage. As we go through the chat, by the way, Deanna first one say QT to NXT as a trainer. Thank you, QT. Deuces. QT to NXT he goes. QTV was corny AF. Very telling when day one people are leaving. This message says a lot. Yes. Easy says, I'm with you, Derek. QTV was absolute trash. Derek is innocent. No, he's not. I love a good storyline too, bro. Who's getting QT's job? JEFF? No. You'll be in trouble real quick.
You're suspended. I was only on site for 20 minutes.
Go see Danielson for the fine amount. QT almost ruined Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, it just wasn't a good story. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Who we kidding? Who you fooling? So, yeah, that was it with QT Marshall. I mean, QT also said New Japan doesn't have stories. I disagree. I put a bunch up on your screen if you haven't seen these. The story of Naito becoming world champion and basically getting played out of that championship, hence why he threw around the Intercontinental Championship when he had it, because he got BS'd. His match got bumped out of the main event, and they made the Intercontinental Championship match the main event. And he felt disrespected from that point forward until he got that world title back.
And rightfully so.
We also have Okada. When Okada suffered the losses, we have the ascent to the throne for Hiroshi Tanahashi. Bullet Club. We even had the new Bullet Club with Kenny Omega when they kicked out AJ Styles after he took over. We have the storyline with the Young Bucks, where it was like where they imploded, basically, where it was Kenny, the Bucks, Cody, Hangman, and other people on the other side. We have Kenny Omega winning the world championship. He finally ascended to the throne. We can get into it. Just 5 guys. So many different things here. Kenta, Shibata. There's stories involved in this. It's just how they tell the stories are different. There's stories in New Japan. You just got to watch it. He said later, QT won't miss you on the screen, but thank you for your contributions. QT left AEW. They said, give me 15 minutes. Adam Cole said, Danielson handing out fines now. That's probably where Yuta Planet got it from.
Oh.
Don't litter. Ah, see you in that ring. Captain Planet. He's a hero. That boy on that earth. We gotta watch out now. So yeah, that's where it goes into the QT stuff. I guess, can we get into it? The return of CM Punk happened. I wanted to get Derek's thoughts. This does bleed into AEW a little bit. CM Punk was removed after All In was his last show. He walked out as the Real World's champion, defeating Samoa Joe. And then he was terminated afterwards after getting into a confrontation with Jungle Boy. We don't know what happened with it. I'm trying to speak on this vaguely. Pardon me if I've got any of the details wrong, because I wasn't there. So this is the story that we've heard. Punk is then publicly fired by Tony Khan, which I did not agree with doing that. I thought that was a little disrespectful. Your memo was more than enough. You didn't need to come out and address it, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that.
And this is the things that I was talking about with Jason earlier in the chat that hurt AEW's perception. Now, we move forward. CM Punk comes out. He makes his debut at the end of Survivor Series. Screen goes up. Me and Derek are there. Derek saw it. Lots of holy S's and all that from me. I was so happy. Punk's my guy. I'm a Punk guy. I am happy to admit that on here. I'm a CM Punk fan, and I think I just see things a little differently with how stuff played out in the whole brawl out situation than other people. But the more that time has gone on, I feel like I'm getting more people kind of on my side now with the childishness that goes on with this.
Yeah, it's way too much.
CM Punk came back. We got this picture with Triple H. I never thought we'd see it, but he's back with the E. Looks crazy, don't it?
It does.
It's so weird. He's taking a picture with the doofus son-in-law. We got to say it, Derek. Got to talk about it. Well, first, let me say this. Derek is one of the funniest people to get reactions from when we're talking about this. So Derek shows up in here, and while he is talking about all of this, we see Punk come out, and Derek says something about AEW. What do you think of this? How badly does this damage AEW? Is this worse than the Cody thing for you? Because
this is definitely worse than the Cody thing.
When you hear that Derek yelling, "Damn it!" that was real. I recorded Derek's reaction to Cody debuting. Yeah. He didn't know. I had just pulled it up. They did, like, the lights went out, and then I was sitting there waiting. And then as soon as he heard boom, boom, wrestling has, and that's when you hear, "Damn it!" and Derek loses it, because Derek knew that was a big blow.
It was a huge, huge blow.
But your reaction was different this time with this one.
This reaction is exactly what you just seen me doing, like this. I'm like, AEW's in trouble. That was my reaction. AEW is in trouble.
And
like,
you ain't lying.
Like, bro, some way, shape, or form, as of right now, you really need the whole devil segment to hit off. You need every pay-per-view to hit right now. I mean, you
got to win people back over.
You do. You have to go overboard right now. You are in trouble. And half of this is,
it's like being down at halftime 21-zip. You got to come out swinging.
You have to. Like, it's gloves off. Like, listen, we're down 21. We gotta show up right now.
Now
we gotta show up.
Now, listen, CM Punk came back. I'm trying to tell this in a coherent way so people will understand. CM Punk then made Raw was built up. Come watch Raw. Come watch Raw. Raw's numbers, I think, were great for Monday Night Football being on. They got a 1.8. They had over 2 million people watching.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry. But they had a lot of people watching. Their demographic numbers were up huge in the main 18 to 49.
Oh,
stop this. So Punk helps out in that they drag it out, but Punk's promo was very tame. I thought it set up Seth nicely for their feud. I think people are jumping a little too fast to conclusions with it. I don't know if you saw the whole promo. It was tame though.
It was.
And he did the "I'm happy to be home," which leads us to talk about like hypocritical. Yes, but I also said there's a lot of people who are hypocritical.
Yes,
that was my point to it all. I brought up something with R-Truth that people didn't know. Hypocritical. I'm sure we've done it. 99% of us in this chat or who listen to this podcast.
Yes.
Someone said or done something hypocritical. You might not have even known that you've done it until someone brings it up to you.
Right.
It happens. But that doesn't absolve CM Punk from hearing it too.
No,
it happened.
Not at all. Yeah. Like it you really have to ramp up right now. Like gloves are off, no rules, no regulations, no none of it. You have to really go 1,000, 1 million, trillion, however you want to look at it, all the way through, because that signing is definitely a low blow.
Yeah, it's hard out here, man.
Like, oh my God, like I wasn't upset about the reaction.
I was disappointed.
I was disappointed.
Even with the dad, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed, man. Like,
I hear you.
Oh God,
like, I felt the same, man. You wanted it to work in AEW so bad for this dude.
I did, but you know, I get it. Like
he had listen. At the end of the day, Punk does play a part in some of this.
Yes,
he did contribute to some of this, but that does not absolve everyone else. And I think more dish of the pie can be delivered out to them too. Yeah, it sounds great that there's 12 people involved, but the 12 people are friends with the people we initially had a problem with.
Right.
Nobody sees it that way.
Well, and real quick, this is what I want to address that really bothers me. You know, people will always say, "Well, he caused trouble. He did this. He did that." Okay, so he comes to the company. He keeps his mouth shut. He gives his opinions. People don't like it. Okay, not everybody's gonna like your opinion, but at the same time, at the very same time, you keep poking me, I'm going to poke you back. I'm sorry, there's only so much that I'm gonna let go. Anybody who says, "Hey, Derek, you got to be the bigger man. You got to let all that go." Wait a minute, time out.
Well, we're old school too. You could get punched in the face. It can happen.
Like time out. You want me to be cool with all of this? All right, I'm gonna give you that time. You keep messing with me, it's different now. I'm not going to continue to let that happen.
Some people are fans of the talk shit, get it era. That's how people get down. I'm just letting you know, not everybody's gonna be like, let's talk about this. I saw people, the moment violence was brought in, that was the end of it. All right, Dad, listen. Someone can get these hands. Eventually, that's what it turns into.
That is exactly what it turns into.
Now, should you do it? No, but it could get into that. It could happen.
Keep poking, it's going to happen.
So, and you got to have street smarts. Like I said, with the whole beginning of the scenario, you don't walk in 3-on-1 to somebody or 3-on-2. Yeah. What are you doing?
No,
what are you doing?
That is definite grounds of me defending myself. 3-on-1, okay, cool. I see what we're getting ready to do right now.
Yeah. So not a good way to handle this. That should have you should have waited till cooler heads could prevail.
Yes, like I said, bro. I see CM Punk's direction, and I see those who were against him. I see their direction too and their ideology. Hey, listen, this is how we do this over here. Okay, cool. I got that, but at the same token breath, I've been doing this longer than all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just take my direction. That's it. I'm not the boss. I'm just saying, hey, try this. Hey, try that. That's like me trying to go into a baseball situation, and I'm the oldest, and the young pups of the litter try to tell me, hey, old man, this is how we do this over here. Hey, young buck, no, it's not. If you want to get better and you want to win, let's try this because I've been doing this longer than you.
To each their own. Like I said, and you can't be mad if someone doesn't want to take the advice either. You can only bring the horse to the water, right? Here's my issue with a lot of this. Who sat up here? Mad people watch Raw. Some people who never watched it, I thought they could have put on a better show. 3 hours is mad long still. I don't care what anybody says. But I saw people hate watching Raw that don't watch Raw usually. They watched it. They were like, oh, that promo sucked, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so you watched Raw. You didn't like Punk before. You watched Raw, and then you crapped on Punk. What are you doing? Why are you on social media right now? And by the way, the lines about like Punk and AJ and the old tweets, and then they put up pictures of like Danielson kissing her and Ziggler. That's bullying crap too. But people don't want to acknowledge that. I'm here the first one to tell you that's bullying. The dude is gone from AEW. I didn't see why Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, MJF. I don't see why he had to like get that little line in tonight. Punk's promo, he never mentioned AEW. That was the thing I think that hurt them the most because they wanted Punk to go scorched earth and he didn't.
Yeah, no.
And Hangman put up the little cute Instagram story of NDA. Funny, but once again, he's not bothering y'all. Why are you bothering him? Hangman, I'll give the pass to because he did mess with him with the toy thing. It's over now. You got your lick back in. Done. Stop this.
You can have that. I'm not giving Hangman any kind of.
Here you go.
I'm not.
He had a great match. He don't get no pass because he started this.
He started it. He started it.
I know.
The moment you start something is the moment that me and you have beef.
Well, and he never got in trouble for it.
And he never got in trouble for it. Nah, I don't want to hear it.
Easy E said Tony Khan fumbling the bag for Colt, nothing Cabana. Pro Wrestler Shoe said, I already had my rant on Punk. I'm done. Time to move on and hopefully enjoy the rest of his career. I hope so. That's right. Punk is back, which means Conrad is coming out of XGW League retirement. Buy your tickets now. Conrad versus Cactus Hell in a Cell Falls Count Anywhere match. Cut it out. CM Punk will defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania in Philly. Then Damian will cash in and defeat Punk. Payback a pay-per-view said, nah.
I don't want Damian Priest to have the title ever.
I think they're going to end up screwing him out of it, and that's going to be his feud with like whomever it is in Judgment Day. I believe it'll be him and Finn, maybe.
Thank you. I don't ever want to see it.
I don't know, though. Maybe they'll pull the trigger and let him win it, but I don't know if they'll do it either.
I don't want to see that.
Conrad versus Cactus. Crowd yells, one more match. XGW forever. Love XGW. Funny times in that. TK still getting Booker of the Year for putting Big Show versus and Okada on the same team. Or did I say Okada? I meant Coda. I'm tripping. He mentioned AJ Lee in the promo too. That was mentioned. AJ, maybe she comes back.
That would be nice.
Here we go. We back Cactus. Shout out to XG I'm glad Punk leaving stopped them AEW leaks. Yeah, we'll get into that. Monet posted a comeback training video package today. I think she's training for the Rumble. What say you? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Cody's people are all leaving AEW, and Mercedes is on the free agent cusp.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the wave with her though. Do you go back to the E?
No.
I mean, Laurinaitis is gone. That was one of the people she had a problem with.
Yeah, but
and Vince is technically gone too. But there's some weird like stock stuff going on with them right now too. I don't know if you've been peeping it, selling to a bigger company and then making them private. And I was like, hold on, player, what's going on here? Yeah,
I saw it.
I'm waiting to see what develops.
Mercedes, I think going back to WWE is stupid. Yeah, Laurinaitis is gone, but at the same time, what does she have to do there? She pretty much has.
I think she's there for the bread.
Okay, I'll give you that, but then what are we wrestling for? So go get the bag, sit your ass at home, and call it a day.
Who, Mercedes?
Yeah.
Get the bag with who? I'm saying she could get more money from WWE. I think she wants to be in WWE, but she wants WWE to listen to what she's saying.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, get the bag from them, and then just be like, "Hey, I'm on hiatus."
Hold on now. You can't do that now.
Well, no,
you get fired.
No, I'm saying like
they be tacking on them contracts. Like, no, we ain't get our money yet.
No, I'm just saying like if you want the bag, okay, cool, get the bag, go do your thing and whatnot. But do you also want to get the bag and have fun? I'm sorry, I'm not having fun with WWE.
So you think Mercedes should go to AEW instead?
Or no, not even that. I'm saying test the water. See. Do you have a non-contract? You can wrestle anywhere right now.
That's true.
wrestle anywhere and see what fits. If it fits, okay, cool. Especially for her personality and what she does when she comes to the ring. Technically, that's more of a Japan style.
Yeah, that's in Japan though too. So Deanna said, I feel like AEW needs to go back to what we fell in love with to start. What was it though? What did you fall in love with? Was it that it wasn't Vince? What? Because to me, for different people, it's different things. I heard some people say AEW is becoming too indie, but I've also heard AEW lost the indie stuff a while ago.
I think
you get what I'm saying. Like you're sending mixed messages too. People got to hear what everybody's saying because I'm like, I hear half saying this, I hear half saying that. You're saying this, you're saying that. What's the correlation? What's the issue?
I think
shout out to the Ducks.
I in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and this could be totally opposite of what other people think. Nor do I care, but I think what happened to AEW, what AEW was, they were a juggernaut that didn't care.
Well,
like we're gonna whatever you decide to do, okay, you do that. But we're gonna do what we decide to do and do it better than what you decided to do on your own time.
I think AEW started out good. They grew really fast, maybe too fast. Punk got them to a different level then. Now it was like, okay, you're ready. You're ready to compete.
Yes.
But were they? We didn't know that. And then I think once Vince was gone, there was no more big bad wolf for them to believe in it. Everybody kind of got what they wanted on the WWE side, which is Triple H. Now, in my opinion, this is a battle of booking. It is a battle of Tony Khan versus Triple H. Who's the better booker? Who tells the better stories? Who's got this going? Who's got that going? And AEW had a plethora of talent, maybe too much for them to manage. If everything is that confusing backstage, you need to get better at it. You need to get better at planning and organizing then. Maybe that's something Tony needs to look. I think Tony needs to look at everything that's an issue right now that people are saying, and just say, how can we fix it? How can we make it better? And who can we have fix it?
Yes, but you also have
listen. We talk about the video games. The video games division, I can tell it's in shambles. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Who do I tweet, Tony, to get answers about the video game? Nobody's answering. Not Kenny. You said Kenny was in charge. I haven't seen him talk about it in a while. Where's anybody discussing this? Who's in charge? Who's your community manager for it? We don't know. Where's Nick Sobek? I would love to talk to him. You know what I mean? We don't know what's the price for season. What's all in the next season? What's the DLC? You don't know any of that. How about backstage issues? Talent say they don't know what they're doing till the last minute. Why don't you hire some writers, have them help you, and then they can go take care of that stuff for you, Tony. Maybe you need more backstage personnel than you think because you have a large roster.
Yeah. I think you can sit like Tony could sit here and say, hey, what do y'all think of the direction that we are going right now? In my eyes, the direction that you are going is you're going to be over your limits with some of the biggest crybabies in the world.
Who are you referring to? Say names.
Nick and Matt.
Hardy or which Matt are we talking about here?
The Bucks.
Okay. Nick Wayne's brand new. You know, I couldn't blame him.
No. But like we've all seen it. We've seen it over the recent weeks. The Young Bucks wrestle their friends.
Yeah. I think
wrestle those who like you and those that you like.
And
I can't rock with that. Like something doesn't go your way because you're an EVP, so you're gonna use that power and say, okay, well, we don't like that, so we're not gonna do that. You know, we're gonna do something else. So I mean, I get the position of power that you have, but that position of power that you have, you don't need because you yourself can't even control it.
Now, I want to talk about a bunch of stories that came out via Wrestle Purist, whether it's PW Insider or Fightful Select, whomever. They post from a bunch of places. If it's your story, I'll try to read it if I can find it on here. CM Punk doesn't have a brand. He's listed as a free agent. So there was a lot of Punk stuff today. Some were told by higher ups, and I think this was disproven later, that there is a conduct clause in Punk's contract yet to be confirmed, Derek.
Hmm.
So there were a lot of different things in there, right?
Okay.
And then I want to get into the stuff from yesterday. He doesn't have a brand. Same thing again. It's how many times Punk pops up on this thing.
Right.
And they're doing awards here. Moxley. John Moxley responds to CM Punk's I'm Home promo on Raw.
Okay.
You don't want to know what I think. Why is this a story? Why is that a story?
Who
I don't
cares
get it.
what you think. Who was
Somebody
it?
asked Moxley that. And he was just like, yeah, you don't want to hear what I think about it. Also, here's another one from Fightful Select. Heading the AEW disciplinary committee is the continued duty for Bryan Danielson. He is also responsible for handing out fines when necessary. Why is this a story now after Punk cut his promo?
Why does he have that position?
Tony gave it to him.
Why?
Probably because Tony doesn't want to be the bad guy for stuff.
That is your problem.
Thank you for censoring yourself.
That is your problem. You're handing off things to wrestlers who don't need to have that kind of power.
Not that even though, but wrestlers started calling Bryan Danielson a snitch. I saw like everyone was changing his stuff to the American snitch, stupid stuff like that. And I don't blame Danielson for this. Tony gave him some extra responsibility, and that's what they did. You know what I mean?
Who's calling who a snitch?
The Punk fans are calling Danielson a snitch now because this story came out. They were like, so he didn't stick up for the wrestler? Why would you get your homeboy fired? They had no choice at that point. Punk's second altercation, CM Punk seemed like he was like, get me out of here. I don't give a shit what you do. They're not going to do the match. They're not going to talk to me. They're not going to make up to me. Nothing was going to happen there that was going to make anything better.
And I totally get that. 100%. 100%.
And Danielson put this quote out too, which I think was what he said beforehand. My dad always told me the right thing to do is often the hardest thing to do. It won't always make the most money. It won't always be the most popular, but it's still the right thing. And I think that's what he said when it came down to Punk. I think Punk wanted to be gone anyway. Right. Like I said, once he couldn't do the match and he was stuck on Collision, what was the homie supposed to do?
But at the end of the day, I mean, you're really giving me, like, you're giving me Collision.
Is it a good thing or is it a punishment? You knew what the ratings were going to do. I wish I had the chart up right now.
Like, to me, okay, you have New York and Staten Island.
I promise I'm getting back to these comments too. Go ahead.
I have New York, you have Staten Island. Okay, so you're the biggest city. And then you give me Staten Island. The hell am I supposed to do with Staten Island?
This is disrespectful. Number one is the people of the strong eye.
I'm just saying, like, no disrespect to Staten Island. I'm just saying, like, on a grand scale, New York City is the bigger city. Staten Island is that. So you give Punk Staten Island, it's smaller than Dynamite.
Right. And everybody's like, oh, he had full control. And I'm like, this is kind of like bullying, though.
Yes, like full control over what, though?
A Saturday show that is doomed when college football's on or when NFL football starts.
It's not going to matter what you give them.
It wasn't like they were going to flip-flop later, too. And then you guys are on Collision and I got Dynamite. They weren't going to do that. So it wasn't on the biggest show. But then the pay-per-view shows, they weren't getting the matches, and he probably was frustrated with that. Then he was like, I need Hobbs not doing silly crap on Dynamite with this group. I need Hobbs over here. But, no buts. Get him out of that group with QT. Like, I get it, man.
Yeah, like,
and then they ask, so Punk runs the show, then Tony Schiavone's like, Jungle Boy wants to use real glass, blah, blah, blah. Then they get into it over that. Well, what the hell? Why'd you ask my opinion then?
But that's common sense. Why are we using real glass? We're supposed to be using sugar cane.
We can get into all of this again and again and again.
Dude.
I'm over it. But I just didn't like how people have been treating Punk. Let me see what people are saying, and then we'll get maybe your reactions to some of this. Jungle Boy dresses with the Young Bucks locker room. This was found out from the Guns, I think, in a tweet a while ago. Hangs out with TK till 3 a.m. after Dynamite. XGW wrestler booked the match main event, CM Punk, Randy Orton, XGW style. I think Drew's gonna cost Damian. Eazy-E says bullying, dogpiling, subtweeting, harassment at the workplace, instigating, and cyberbullying with his relationship stuff. Yeah, she was brought up by H, not Vince. That is true with Sasha. She has more trust, I think, for Triple H.
Yeah.
Wait, Sasha's a free agent. Yo, bring her back to WWE because Damage Control finna boot Bailey. Bailey gonna need a buddy. That's true. The lawsuit about the WWTK merger now. Yeah, I know there's a lawsuit going on with that, especially since that backup good matches with Flair. Hey, actually, I'm saying no booked. Good matches with Indie Flair, good stories. I think everyone got into AEW for different reasons. Indie wrestling on a mainstream level, less restrictions, more blood, no scripts, more wrestling, less talk. That's true. Because WWE has annoying things that no matter what, annoy you.
No, that is very true. They definitely have. Oh my god.
What do you prefer right now? On this day, you see clearly, WWE or AEW, Derek? From a more casual perspective, are you just frustrated with AEW right now? Is the issue?
I'm frustrated with AEW right now, but I'm also frustrated with WWE because, for one, WWE hasn't done anything remotely relevant other than the bloodline. That's it. Don't give me the Judgment Day crap because that is horrible. That is horrible. Damian Priest is garbage.
Yo, send all your hate mail to Derek. I do not think that.
I will gladly take it because Damian Priest is garbage. Finn Balor, I have no use for you. You're done. All you have is Dominic and Rhea. That's it. That's the only dynamic that is keeping Judgment Day afloat.
Cactus says, so if it's going to come down to Tony versus Vince, I got more faith in Triple H, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't become the watered down Bischoff versus Vince booking. Like Jim Ross ain't do 10 years in talent relations. The fallen bell bottoms need to sit under the learning tree. Mox got beef with Punk. Danielson gets a vote for firing Punk. I mean, he didn't have the final say. Here's the thing. Tony had the final say. Why is the story coming out about Danielson? Nobody should have known that about Danielson. And if they did, they would have known months ago. So why was the story planted to come out Tuesday, the day after he did his speech? And he didn't say, and I heard people complaining he didn't say anything crazy in it. So when Punk acts crazy, it's not good enough for the same people. Then they're like, oh, that promo sucked. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, convenient. Yes, of course it sucked. Because he was tame. Isn't this the guy you wanted?
Yes, that is the problem. He was tame. He had to keep that muzzle on. He couldn't do anything. Short leash, all of that.
To those people, shut the hell up. Exactly. I'm tired of this garbage, bro.
Stop it, dude. I will challenge any WWE fan to prove to me why WWE is better.
What did Joe do post after All In? I guess feuded with MJF. He kind of got in there. I think he took Punk's spot and basically feuded with MJF, which is probably where they were going. Between New York and Staten Island, who got the better bacon, egg, and cheese, though?
Yeah.
Take them all.
Yeah.
Collision is Fred Sanford's junkyard. All In was Dynamite, folks. All Out was Collision, folks. Yeah, that says a lot too. So the 80,000 get the Dynamite.
Okay.
And that's where this was never going to work.
Right.
And why didn't the Young Bucks do business? Someone tell me, why wouldn't you sit and talk to him?
Dude,
Kenny said he would.
Kenny's the only level-headed one out of that group.
I'm just saying.
Heyman starts a situation and disappears like nothing ever really happened.
Yo, y'all gonna stop calling JD McFunko Pop. Leave that man alone. Leave that man's head alone.
Right. The Young Bucks. Oh, I'm crying because things are not going our way and we're the EVPs and it should be going our way. No, Cole Cabana, you're a bum. Done with you. Like I
know who I would have fired. That's all I'm saying. And with where the company is now, I think you made a mistake. You fired one of your top merch sellers.
Yes.
You hurt the perception of your company. So when someone's like, what's going on at AEW? Oh, CM Punk's gone. Who's your top merch seller? Let me see. CM Punk. What happened to him? Oh, we had to get rid of him for an incident that happened. Oh, okay. Was it so bad that like no one would take him? Oh, wait, no. Well, what really happened? So he's going to be at WrestleMania on our competitor on the other side. Yeah, it looks like he might be wrestling Seth Rollins or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do with him. That's crazy. Dude, the man is the #1 merch seller in both companies. I'm just talking bread right now. I'm not even talking the storylines or anything. Just bread.
So,
and you got rid of him. You had him. It's just, I don't know, man.
You really, at this point in time, you really need star power. You really need Mercedes to come to AEW.
Right? I don't think that's enough.
It's not going to be enough.
Will Ospreay wasn't enough.
No,
and that was a great signing.
Yes, it's not going to be enough because you have, as of right now, those who don't want to admit it, you have WWE has the biggest.
Let's keep it a buck. Punk's up here. There ain't a lot of people that you can get that's going to overcome that and fix that.
No. But you can take pieces.
Rob just said Punk had to be on his best behavior for 6 months before they'd acknowledge him, remember? Oh yeah. So when they did something and they didn't do it. E said Punk's looking happy and healthy right now. Yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. TK needed a fall guy, and he chose one of the most likable guys in the company to be the moral compass and take the blame. That's super shitty, though, Matt. I'm sorry to swear. That's super shitty to do. No, Tony, you said it was your decision. You went out on that ramp and said it was your decision. So you need to come out and say that again because Danielson's catching heat for it, and I don't think that's fair to Danielson. You put him on that thing. And it was funny, too. Mega had nothing to do with it. Mega was she's not on AEW's legal team anymore. Funny. I won't even get into any of that or the reasons that I think that happened, but it has nothing to do with Punk. You also have mixed in with that. So Mega's out. She wasn't on the legal team. So you had enough sense to say she had nothing to do with it, but Danielson did. Who leaked this story? How come they're not being ousted? Remember when Punk was ousted as a source?
Right. Absolutely.
And now look at these guys aren't being ousted as sources. This is garbage. All right.
Call it a spade. Everything has to be on the same page, on the same dynamic, because right now, when you really think about it, it's not.
No, AEW's jacked up. I think we need to sit down and have a conversation over, do you need trios belts? What are we doing with ROH? What's the plan?
You have too many. There's too many of them. Like,
not even that, Derek. My thing is have a plan. Yeah, Tony needs to sit down. Absolutely. Let's look at the announcers. Let's look at the roster. Let's cut people. Let's figure out what we're doing with ROH. Yeah. Let's move people. Let's get dedicated rosters. Like, let's figure out something to do here. And I'm saying you have this tournament. This should be the time for you. You don't have to book anything. No. The matches are set up for you. Figure it out and then move forward. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, bro, you have to.
Deanna said Tony needs to admit he did it. That's true, Deanna.
Yeah. Admit to the fact that you bow down to those who are.
Pro Wrestler Shoot perfectly said. I'm not even mad about Bryan. Love that guy. I feel terrible for him. Why did you leak that? Why? I didn't want to know that if Bryan was involved in that. And I heard him and Punk have no heat from, according to Backup Hangman, who I trust Ibu a lot. And I think that he wouldn't lie about some foolishness like that. And I heard he has sources close to Punk's side. So I don't think he's lying. I don't think Punk cared. Punk's probably like, yo, thank you. Did me a favor. I'll send you a fruitcake for Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
There you go.
I bet you Jungle Boy leaked it. I don't even know where that man is. I haven't seen him. He got suspended longer than the Bucks and Punk did for the first one.
Should be at home licking his wounds and shutting up.
Wait, Punk gone and AEW is still having leaks? Thought it was just him. Right? Weird, E. Very weird.
But at the end of the day, you have to let it. Like Tony's problem is you have pawns who are running the kingdom.
Yeah, well, they have too many. Their claws are dipped into too many things. Look at Brian Cage has been elevated again. He was down on the card for a while, and I don't have an issue with Cage. I just want Cage to understand, like, what's your character? What are you doing? Where are you going? You got Gates of Agony in New Japan putting on House of Torture shirts. I know it might be a small little program, but what are we doing, baby?
Doesn't matter.
What are we doing?
It's the fact that you still did it.
Yeah. Which it's House of Torture, but I was like, maybe I like them. Maybe I'll cheer for at least them. But like I said, I don't see this being a long-term thing because they're in a stable in AEW. But I'm just frustrated with AEW right now, bro. It's the best way to put it. I'm frustrated with their game. I'm frustrated with their company. I'm frustrated with how they do things. Are their pay-per-views good? Yes. That their attendance for the pay-per-views are usually good. It's the Dynamite. It's the week to week. It's the How are you getting me invested as a fan? That has me super annoyed right now. Meanwhile, WWE's doing everything to try to get me to come back. We got Punk. We got Punk for you, Derek. I got him.
Exactly.
What else you want? You know what I mean? Sorry, Raw still 3 hours. Like, I don't like that either. So now I'm in the midst of there's things that I like and don't like on both sides a lot.
Absolutely.
AEW I was over the moon for him for a little bit, but now I'm telling you, things have become more balanced since Punk got removed, since that brawl out. Things have changed a little bit, and it's slowly chipping away. And they had a big chunk hit, and that news leak, like we mentioned earlier, hurts a lot.
Bro, you have to take what's given to you. So if AEW hands you the keys,
don't wish that upon nobody. House of Torture and AEW, please no.
If they hand you the keys and you and your buddy are supposed to run the thing, you and your buddy or you and your brother, however you want to look at it, Tony Khan has given you the keys to the company. Tony Khan has given you the keys to the company. One more time, Tony Khan has given you the keys to the company.
Who are you referring to as you?
The Bucks.
The Elite.
Whatever.
Okay. I wanted to include
No, I'm just the Elite. Basically, you're giving the keys to the Elite. You have an opportunity here to make something extremely special. You have something that you have done something that no other company other than said company to go up against said company in years. You have this opportunity to, hey, y'all had the reins for so long. Let's show you what we could do. And now you have one of the biggest draws ever at your company. Put your differences aside. If you want to handle it outside of business, fine. Fuck each other up. Do what you want to do. But when it's business, let's be business. Now, instead of putting our emotions into it now.
Are they going to make me come back and care about them? Like I said, there's not a lot of people you care about on that roster either.
No.
And I think people are ready to see something else. Is the trios division hurting the tag division? I'm not saying it is, but it's something to look at maybe. Is there other issues that we can course correct? Let's look at them. You got 3 women's championships. Do you need it? Do you have the roster for it? What is ROH? Is it another brand or is it your developmental league? Make a choice.
You have to figure that out.
Let me ask you this. Let's finish off with CM Punk. Derek, what do you want to see from CM Punk if this is his last run? CM Punk's in the 45 range, I believe. Probably signed a 3-year deal. It'll be 48 at the end of it. Maybe he'll do one more short one. Maybe he'll go to 51. Maybe he'll go to 54. I don't know. But What do you want to see from CM Punk in WWE?
So with this run that CM Punk,
because I feel like he had no other choice either.
He didn't have any other choice. It
was get down or lay down.
Yeah,
stay prop.
No, you're absolutely right. He had no other choice. I think at this point in time, what I want to see from CM Punk is, hey, look, do what you're gonna do, bro. Like at this point in time, don't change what has been working, and leave it as it is. Like, you have done this for so many years. You know exactly what you're doing. And honestly, if you really think about it, who over there, same situation, who over there has that much tenure right now?
Well, in the E and pro wrestling, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Roman and them got built-in WWE cred, but Punk's been doing this for a long time. He knows the deal.
That's what I'm saying. So he knows exactly what Triple H wants to do and what he's thinking. He can bounce off ideas off of that, whether they like each other or not. But they've been there. That the tenure is there. Nobody on that roster has the same amount of tenure that they do.
Yeah, rockets him up the food chain, and he'll probably get a little bit more of what he wants from there.
Yeah, the closest you can get to that is Roman or John Cena.
Yeah.
And John Cena is below part-time right now. He's per diem.
This man coming with the timekeeping phrases.
I'm just saying, bro, he's per diem right now. So you take John Cena out of it. There is nobody there who has that tenure.
And Punk can have a lot of matches with legends.
Yes.
He is seen as a legend, and he doesn't need to be used all the time.
No.
I think this will be his last full-time run, and then after that it'll be similar to Danielson. I'll come in and do whatever.
It'll be
give me a big match.
Thing. Yeah, give me a big match. Let me help that, and that's another.
And that's another match you could do at WrestleMania, dude. This is your chance to do Stone Cold CM Punk if you wanted to.
Yes,
you gotta do it right though.
Yes, or you can even do this. Let him come back. Let him do his whatever the contract may be. We'll just say for a year. Let him do his full time for a year. Then he goes into his second year as part time. Hey, CM Punk, I need you to help me put this guy over. Okay, cool. I'll do it for you. Who there is doing that?
Not many.
Not many.
Listen, he'll need his wins here and there, but what I'm saying is Punk can come in, Punk can do what you need him to do.
Yes,
and what the key is he needs to be having fun, making money and having fun.
Yes, and what he is going to be doing at WWE, because
I don't see him getting into those fights anymore.
No, and even if he does, what you're gonna chastise CM Punk, or you're gonna chastise the other person?
Well, in WWE, if you're the lower person, usually you're gonna be come here.
Exactly.
You gotta show respect, bro. You can't be doing that up here.
That's it.
That's where they came from. I think that's why Punk and some of the WWE guys are. And that seems to be the mentality in AEW. It's like a us versus them.
Yeah, it's the new dogs versus the old dogs.
And I got that from Mark Henry. Listening to Busted Open Radio, Mark Henry seems to be on Punk's side, which is different. It's weird to hear like someone who works for AEW that's on Punk's side, and he feels that it's us versus them, and it's like I'm here to help. And they should be embracing them instead, but instead they're trying to do what they had planned in their head already to do. But it makes you wonder why Cody left now. You know what I mean? Right, we questioned it in the beginning, but I'm like, does it have to do with this? Like, what happened? Is it Tony? We'll never know the truth. And there's NDA signed for Punk and all of them, but it's crazy. Let's finish off with these comments and we'll get up on out of here, Derek. We've been doing this for a minute. I know you're tired. Matt Lopez says, I want to see Punk have those big feuds with Rollins, with Cody, with Roman. But the Roman feud does not have to be for the Universal title. That would suck if they still offer up Cody again. They can't offer up Cody again, in my opinion. Give Cody that damn belt so we can be done with this. We've dragged this out long enough. CM Punk would put over Austin so good. Oh, it'd be a fantastic match.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I'd be smiling from ear to ear for that match, no matter how it looked. The promos alone would be exquisite of the Punk talking about, you did this, you drank, I used to look up to you till I found out who you really were.
Yes.
Punk could turn heel in this equation too with Seth. He doesn't have to beat Seth. I told everybody, I'll tell you guys, if it were up to me, I book Punk to lose. At the beginning. Let Seth destroy the hypocrite. And then when he comes out, he's like, you know what? Gloves are off. I'm tired of being nice.
Yes.
And then he gets a faction built around him. CM Punk handpicks a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
These are my boys. We're about to take Seth out. And I hope this gets Seth out of the silliness of his character. He can keep the music and all that. But I want Punk to make Seth Rollins go from laughing, goofy, silly. I want Seth's intensity up here. And you got yourself a money feud. All right? I'm just letting you know. That's it.
Honestly, you could take Seth's... This is what I said before. You can take Seth Rollins' character as the Joker, revamp it, and it's going to be better than what it is, and it's going to make sense.
And he can still have this is what I'm talking about, growing the character and then putting a tweak on it. It would work so well. Derek, listen, man, we ain't getting paid for these ideas right now. So listen, we're going to be out. If you came in, hit the like button for us. Big shout out to my wife. My wife's birthday was yesterday. She's the person who makes a lot of these streams happen, especially the pay-per-view ones, because I would never be able to do those. And if you're wondering, like, why didn't you cover Survivor Series? We could have. We didn't have time, and there were a lot of people on. We'll get into it another time. But she's the reason all this happened, so happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Books.
That was yesterday. Derek's birthday is coming up here in a couple weeks. I think it's on a Thursday, right? Sure.
No.
Yep. I'm already looking at it. You don't even know your own birthday. I know it better than you.
Listen, bro.
Got that ROH pay-per-view coming up. That's what always makes me remember, because that's on a Friday, which is the 15th. So we got that happening. Final Battle is coming up. Don't forget, we also have the World's End pay-per-view. I don't think we're going to be covering it. Maybe we will, because I think I'm off during that time. But it's gonna be a big dependo. Like, we'll have to see. But listen, we're going to be out for this episode. Thank you to everybody who follows us, shows love to us. It's going to be big on that. We're going to get into this end of the year stuff soon. I might have to get some of Derek's predictions. Maybe I'll have him come on with me and Hubs and just talk about end of year stuff on a Monday. We'll see what we can work out and do when it comes to that. For that being said, thank you all for the love. For myself, for the man they call Derek, we are out for this episode of Everything Pro Wrestling. We are out. 1.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans, not many in this can understand, this the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, please listen every day to the showcase, the opinions and knowledge that anyone can take, showing you how it is done, proving I am number one, what a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here, this podcast just to make it loud and clear, by the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.